Hey y'all, it's Brooke from Grieving Mommy. So wanted to just hop on today and do something a little bit different, more of like a vlog style post about the upcoming holidays and how I'm doing and how I'm feeling, in the hopes that it might help other people who are grieving the loss of a loved one around the holidays. Maybe make you feel like you're not so alone, like you're not crazy, give you some ideas with some things that I'm doing. So yeah, we're just going to kind of do a ramble and chat today.
Hey there, if we haven't met, my name is Brooke from Grieving Mommy, and on my channel I share my journey through loss and grief after losing my 10-year-old daughter Libby in a car accident. I also help other people that are going through the grieving process.
So yeah, let's see. Halloween, I've posted some things about that. It was really difficult for me this year. My daughter loved Halloween. She was really into it. She loved wearing the costumes. We loved coming up with stuff together. I loved doing her hair and makeup. And, she still was into trick-or-treating and things like that. Like, I had no idea that last year was going to be my last year of trick-or-treating. And I feel like that was just kind of like taken away from me in a flash. And that was really, really hard to deal with. But I made it through, and that was good. Thanksgiving is just kind of weird for me. I never really had any specific things that I did as an adult for Thanksgiving. I usually was the one who was cooking, but my parents are divorced, so sometimes I'd have Thanksgiving with my mom, sometimes I'd have Thanksgiving with my dad, and it bounced around a little bit. Once I got married the second time, we had Thanksgiving with his side of the family, and I'm divorced now, so I'm not going to be doing that this year, which stinks because I love his family. They were awesome, and I really liked that. But yeah, so now it's just me and the boys, and it's like, what the hell are we going to do? So I actually decided to get out of town this year. I don't know, the idea of cooking a big family dinner here in this house without Libby was just a little too hard to bear this year. So I figured, take a trip, do something different. We didn't have any firm concrete plans anyway, so we're going to go to upstate New York, and I rented a little cabin, and we'll just spend a couple days hunkering down and spending time with each other. So hopefully that will be nice. I'm sure it'll be hard, but it's the best we can do this year anyway. Christmas is a totally different story. So Christmas is really complicated for me. Well, first, Libby loved Christmas. She freaking loved Christmas. Libby embodied Christmas. She was the kid, I loved buying presents for Libby. Everybody loves buying presents for Libby because she is the most appreciative little girl. She could get a pencil for Christmas and be like, oh, this is the best pencil ever. She got so excited about everything. And oh man, it was just the best on Christmas morning. My heart wants to burst just thinking about it. So I've been trying not to think about the fact that she's not going to be here this year to be like that. I haven't bought a single present yet. I am woefully behind. I don't know. It's just going to be so quiet and so bizarre without her here. So just me and the boys and yeah. I have trouble thinking about that. It makes me really sad to think about. Where it gets really complicated is with my mom. So if you've watched any of my videos before, you may have heard me talk about my mom, who has pancreatic cancer. And the brutal truth is that my mom, this most likely will be her last Christmas. And my mom, Christmas is her life. And I say that in the nicest way, but so my mom has always had, from the time I've been alive, she has had a Christmas Eve party at her house, the house that I grew up in. And it was always this big shebang, not necessarily a ton of people, but just over the top Christmas festivities. So more food than any 100 humans could possibly eat, to the point where there's so much left over. games and a piñata and prizes and, a gift basket game and just so much going on.
Good job, ladies.
And it takes like all night on Christmas Eve. It's just hours and hours. And she does so much to prepare for that ahead of time that her like entire October to December 24th is devoted to this Christmas Eve party. She is very stubborn, and she'll agree with that, and very stuck in her ways, and nothing could ever change, to the point where I kind of resented it as I became an adult with my own kids, because I don't have a ton of Christmas traditions with my own family, because I still had to participate in all of my mom's Christmas traditions. So, for example, like we always make a big event out of going to get a Christmas tree. And it can't just be any Christmas tree. It has to be a 9-foot blue spruce tree, which are really hard to come by. And so sometimes we drive hours to go try to find a blue spruce Christmas tree. And it takes up like an entire day on a weekend. And same thing with her Christmas lights. She's going to be 75 and still has to have the huge display of Christmas lights, and somebody has to do that for her. So, I go over and help her put up her Christmas lights, but that kills another day in December. And Christmas Eve morning, I have to get up early, and she bakes and bakes and bakes and bakes cookies. Her cookies are delicious, but so many cookies. And I go over there Christmas Eve morning and spend hours there arranging all of these cookies on plates for everybody to take home. So it's just a lot. Like, I've been living all of my mom's traditions because she would never change any of them. And it's really hard this year. It's hard because she talks about it all the time. And every time someone mentions Christmas, it's just really hard for me to not internalize the fact that Libby's not going to be there and to get sad. But because it could possibly be my mom's last Christmas, I'm trying really hard to be excited for my mom and still do all the things that she wants me to do. So I'm still going to participate in all of those activities that she loves, because I don't want to disappoint her and I don't want her to be disappointed. But yeah, it's really hard this year. My heart is just not in it. And as far as my own family goes, my own weirdly tiny little family at this point, we'll go get a tree. This is probably really weird. I don't know. Tell me if this is weird in the comments or if you understand. So every single year of my entire life, I've had a real Christmas tree. And from the time the kids were little, we always went and got a real Christmas tree and cut it down and did the whole thing. Last year, I was depressed, honestly. Like, my marriage wasn't going great. I was exhausted. I mean, I work full time and then at a really tiring job, and then to have to do all this extra stuff. I was like, you know what, this year, I just can't do it. Like, I'm just not in it. So after spending, forever trying to find a tree for my mom, I just gave up and was like, you know what, we're just going to get a fake tree this year. And the kids were so disappointed in that fake tree. And I know that Libby was disappointed that we got a fake tree. And she was disappointed for like 5 minutes because it's Libby, and then she finds the silver lining and she's fine. But I have so much guilt that her last Christmas was a fake Christmas tree when she really wanted a real one. And I know that probably sounds really dumb, but it's how I feel. I keep thinking about that. Like, why did I get the fake tree? Why didn't I just go get the real tree? And I can't change it now. I can't take that back. So I think I'm going to take the boys to get a real tree this year and kind of keep that tradition going, at least as long as they're in the house and we live together. But yeah. What else? Christmas morning is going to be bizarre as hell. And I don't really know what I'm doing. It's going to be the same as usual, where they open up presents Christmas morning. But then they go with their dad and they spend time with his family. So I'll be alone on Christmas morning for the first time ever. And I'm actually not that upset about that. I'm kind of okay with it because I know I'm going to be sad. So I might just, watch some videos of Libs or look at some pictures and cry, I'm sure, and watch TV and just kind of hold space for my grief on that day. So yeah, that's that. I think that's pretty much it. Again, just wanted to kind of give you an update on what I'm doing and thoughts that I'm having. And I don't know if you guys like these kind of videos. It seems kind of weird. But I do actually have another video coming out where I have actual tips that I researched to help people who are grieving lost loved ones over the holidays. I'm not sure what order I'm putting these out in. So if I already put that video out, I will link it up here. And you can watch that if you are looking for some helpful hints and tricks and tips on getting through holidays without your loved ones. If I haven't put it out yet, I will try to put a link in the description box down below. And I can put a link to this. I created a printable that you can print out that has those tips listed. So if you'd like that, I'll put that link in the description as well. How are you guys holding up over the holidays? You doing okay? I hope everyone's all right. It's hard, but we'll get through it, right? Okay. Sending love as always. Take care.